Hello everybody, and welcome back to another episode of The Points of Articulation. My name's Dave, and if you're new to my channel, welcome everybody. Now today marks the first episode in Season 4, and check it out, no more black background. We are white now, we are fresh, and I am digging it. Let me know in the comments below how it looks. So to kick off the new season, today we're looking at the highly anticipated Hot Wheels Star Wars TIE Bomber. Now, the TIE Bomber made its first on-screen appearance in Star Wars Episode 5, The Empire Strikes Back, my favorite. And for this vessel's size, we're looking at under 2.5 inches long, but don't let that scare you because this model is pretty awesome. So everybody should know my routine by now. We're going to take a look at the mold, the paint, put the vessel on a stand, compare it to some other ships, and then we'll be done. So let's get moving. Alright, looking at the mold of the TIE Bomber, like always, I will go over the major sections of the vehicle, and we'll get nice and close to see all the fine details. So up first, we have our transparasteel viewport, looking pretty cool. Right next to it, we have our missile port or missile launcher. Very nice, and it is recessed, looking good. On the bottom of the ship, we have 4 rivets holding it together, peg port for the stand, and this little thing hanging down is the target and sensors and bomb and shoot. So missiles out the front, bombs out the bottom. Really cool design, if I do say so myself. On the aft section, we have our ion engines. And on the top of the vessel, we have some nice details. Again, we'll have our closer look in a little bit. Pretty cool. And we have pylons on both sides, which are nicely detailed. Pretty awesome. And finally, we have our solar array wings. Looking very nice. We have our wing brace, our panels. Pretty cool, nicely detailed, not only on the exteriors, but also on the interiors as well. You can see a little copyright crap right there, but regardless, some nice details in here. So that does it for all the major parts of the vessel. So now let's get a closer look. Starting our closer look, we'll begin with the TIE Bomber's solar array wing. Looking fantastic. Right here we have our wing brace. Looking good. Around the exterior we have some raised line work. Looking fantastic. Love the modules back here. Pretty sick. We also have some raised work going down the center. Pretty cool. And my favorite part, these solar panels or arrays. Look at them. Hundreds of little recessed cubes, sort of like a waffle structure. Looking fantastic. I think that came out great. And both wings are identical on each side. No difference really. Both done pretty well. Now for the interiors of the wings, we have our solar panels, just like on the exteriors. And they are surrounded by a nice raised section, just like the outside. But what really draws me in is this nice mold in here. Unique symbols raised up. Fantastic stuff. I think that looks great. And the detailing goes all the way to the front. Look at that. This is fantastic. I think that came out well. On the top, let's turn it over to get better light. You can see the detailing is all over there. Fantastic stuff. Now for the other side of the wing, we do have some copyright crap. So it kind of deletes some of the detail here, but regardless, the rest of the detail is mighty fine. I think that came out great. Love the fronts too. Beautiful stuff. Awesome. Now moving on to the pylons, we can see some beautiful detailing in here with some raised sections and line work. And that's the same for both sides. Just a fantastic job. Beautiful. And on the bottoms, it is the same. Pretty cool. Now moving on to the pylons that we all know and love in the front. We can see some great detail in there with some great modules. And look at that. Fantastic stuff. Trying to hold it weird to get the light in there. But you guys should get the idea. Again, more line work and modules. Fantastic stuff. Again, for the right-hand side now, we can see how beautiful it is. I love the angles on here, very nice. Then we have the bottoms, looking good, and the top. Pretty sick. And now moving on, we have our two pods, the ordnance pod and the cockpit section. So we're going to take a look at both of these at the same time. Alright, looking at the pods, we have our transparent steel viewport. As you can see, the windows are recessed in. We have nice supports there, awesome. And around the cockpit, we do have some nice molding. Looking fantastic, and we're going to talk about that in a couple minutes. But moving on, we have the center section, which is beautifully done. Look at that molding. Excellent stuff. For our ordnance pod, we have a recessed missile launcher, two little arms, and beautiful molding going around the sides. Excellent. Moving to the underneath, let's talk about this. Looks like at the factory, they hit it, and the paint smeared, and then it chipped some of the paint off on the bottom. Now, I don't play with these. This came out of the box like that. It is what it is. But regardless, check out the molding on here. Fantastic stuff. Just amazing. I love at the bottom as well. But we have our rivets. Little copyright crap. Well, you know, it's like a model number. Peg port for the stand. For the ordnance pod. Great line work. Amazing stuff. I think they did a great job with this. Turning it around. Again, we have these beautiful little molded sections here. Our ion engines looking good. At the tops, again, more of that molding. Beautifully done. Love the raised rectangles. For the tops, again, look at that great molding. Fantastic stuff. It really is. I think they did a great job on here. Top of the center section, amazing. And the ordnance pod, again, beautiful. And real quick, before we move on to the paint, look at the bottom here. You can see some great detailing. Fantastic stuff. It does have a seam line. But not too bad. There is some molding on it. Pretty sick. And that does it for the mold. Now I'm going to cut the chatter down and just conclude with, it's a beautiful ship with some great details. So now let's take a look at the paint. Alright, looking at the paint for the TIE Bomber, we have about 5 different colors. First up is a beautiful blue for the main color of the vessel. Looking sharp, you can see it on the pylons, the wings. Looking great, I think it's a nice choice. And it blends in with other TIE fighters, which is cool. Now, our second color is a nice black for the solar arrays on the wings. Looking good on the exteriors, as well as the interiors. So that's sharp. But also, this section right here for the missile port, that is also black. So that's awesome. Nice touch there. Moving on, we do have glossy black for the transparent steel window. Looking good. You can see it's reflecting light nicely. And around that, we have a support that is gray. Looking cool. Finally, we do have red on the back of the vessel for the ion engines. So that's everything I have to say about the mold and the paint. So let's put this baby back on a stand and compare it to some other vessels. And just like other Hot Wheels vehicles, you get a nice stand. We have the Imperial symbol there, looking cool. Peg it in the port like so, hear that click? And then you're good to go. And now for size comparison with the Hot Wheels TIE Bomber seen in the center. On the right hand side, we have the Hot Wheels TIE Interceptor, one of my favorites. And then on the left-hand side, we have the Titanium Series TIE Bomber, a nice little craft. All in all, some great-looking ships here. And that does it today for my review of the Hot Wheels Star Wars TIE Bomber. On the whole, I am very happy with this piece. For a kid's toy, the mold is magnificent. I love the details. The paint on the surface looks great. We do have that minor scratch and smear at the bottom, but it's not that bad. And also, you get that awesome stand, which unifies it with the collection, and I'm happy about that. So that's everything I have to say about this ship today. I hope you all enjoyed the review. If you did, hit that like button. And if you'd like to see new reviews every Thursday, subscribe. Again, thank you so much for joining me. I really do appreciate it. And I'll see you all next time. Bye, everybody.